membership program, you will get access to VIP pre-sales, our SRP Park events, membership parties, gifts, and more. Learn what it means to be an A member today by visiting www.gjmembers.com.
There's no better way to celebrate your child's birthday than with your favorite baseball team. While you watch the game and celebrate their big day, we take care of all the details. Included in your birthday badge is a 1-hour pregame party in the Augusta University Health Kids Zone with a personal assistant, a visit from Augusta during the pregame party, 10 reserved seat tickets, $8 per additional ticket on a non-firework night, 3 cheese or pepperoni pizzas, options to purchase additional pizzas for $10. 10 drinks, Coca-Cola, Diet Coke, Sprite, and Tummy Yummies. 10 cupcakes from a piece of a cupcake bakery. Unlimited access to the Augusta University Health Kids Zone all game long. Special birthday pin, first pitch, an autographed baseball for the birthday child. Happy birthday sung on the dugout in the middle of the 5th inning in the pregame group picture. Book your birthday party today for the 2019 season. Stop by the Shepherd Club.
Riley Cobra here from SRP Park. Beautiful night for baseball in Augusta, Georgia. Thanks for joining us on what we're calling the SRP Park Radio Network. It's really just YouTube, but we're going to call it the SRP Park Radio Network tonight as we got our high school baseball showcase, Augusta Christian and Westminster getting going here. This 2019 baseball campaign at SRP Park. This is the first game that will be played at this ballpark in 2019. Augusta Green Jackets will get their season started on
And now
April
your
15th.
Augusta Christian Lions.
But some high school ball to get you going, get you excited for that 2019 Green Jackets season. Players right now taking the field as we'll get starting lineups to you in just a few moments. We'll take a break, though. When we come back, we'll have those lineups. We'll have first pitch as Augusta Christian and Westminster will get it going here at 6 o'clock at SRP Park on the SRP Park Radio Network.
Left field, 26, Brandon Bowen. Back in the seventh spot, back in second base, number 10, Brandon Byron. Back in the DH position, number 40, Jared Zero. Back in center field, number 6, Nolan Greenwood. Designated hitter for the game is Brian Healer. The rest of your reserves are number 14, Hugh Arthur, number 25, Sam Matthews, number 18, Clark Cotting, number 11, Campbell Passmore, number 7, Jason Smith. Coaches for the Christian Lions are Coach White, Coach Kyle Hartledge, Coach Roller, Coach Byler, Coach Bird.
Keep my clothes on the floor, open up champagne. Let's continue tonight.
Fans, please stay standing for the singing of our national anthem. Performing tonight's national anthem, we have Chris Norris.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's hear it again for Chris Norris.
SRP has helped my business. I've been able to.
Riley Cobra here on what we're calling tonight the SRP Park Radio Network. It's really just a YouTube live video, but we'll call it that. Sounds a lot more professional. Anyway, we've got high school baseball for you. High school baseball showcase. Augusta Christian and Westminster about to get going here. First pitch slated for 6 o'clock. Should be starting just a few minutes after that as Augusta Christian right now taking the field. Let's get you the starting lineups for this game. First, for the visitors, Westminster. They are managed by John Graham, assistant Peter Aylwine, and other assistant James Holmes. Leading off for Westminster and doing the catching, Noah Jordan. At third base, it'll be Duncan Crowder. He'll bat second. Batting third, the first baseman, Grant Fuller. In the fourth spot, Colin Landrum. He's the shortstop tonight. The five-hitter will be the right fielder, Luke Hartenberg. Batting sixth, the pitcher, John McCraith. Charlie Freeman will play left field. He'll bat seventh. Thomas Sowell will bat eighth and play center field tonight. Jake Heaton will round out the lineup, and he'll be over at second base for Westminster in this game. For Augusta Christian, they're in the field right now. Let's take a look at their starting lineup as they are managed by Steve White, associate head coach Keith Romer, pitching coach Brian Byler, coaching intern Kyle Cartledge, another coaching intern Hunter Erb, and team manager Sawyer Gordon. Leading it off and doing the catching for Augusta Christian, it'll be Drew Romer. Harrison Booker will bat second. He'll play shortstop. In the 3-hole, it's David Fulcher. He's at first base. Batting cleanup, the pitcher, Jordan Heath. In the 5 spot, Brett Zerbel. He's out in right field. Batting 6th, the left fielder, Brandon Bowen. In the 7th spot, it'll be Brandon Byler. He's at second base. Batting 8th, Jared Zabo. He'll be the designated hitter. The 9 hitter tonight, Nolan Greenwood. He'll roam around center field for this one. So it'll be Jordan Heath, the big right-hander on the mound for Augusta Christian, throwing his warm-up tosses as the Lions wearing the all-black uniforms, red stripes on the sleeves, and then the all-red caps with the AC logo on the top of the cap filled in black. Westminster, they're in the white uniforms, although they are the visitors in this game. And they've got the white striping across the jersey and Wildcats written on the front. Right now, just getting the managers meeting between these two teams. Both squads certainly excited to be playing this baseball game at SRP Park, the premier spot to play baseball in the CSRA, ballpark of the year in 2018, and a lot of baseball coming up soon at this ballpark once the Augusta Green Jackets kick off their season. It'll be April 15th, opening night, or the home opener, I should say, April 4th. Will be the first game of the season on the road against the Asheville Tourists. So we'll get things started here between Augusta Christian and Westminster. Leading it off, it's Noah Jordan. As the catcher wearing number 23 waits to get into the batter's box. Everybody gets set. One last word from the manager, Steve White, to his right-hander as Jordan Heath stand off the back of the mound with the stirrup socks. A little chilly here for first pitch. Right now, sitting at 51 degrees. It's the wind right now blowing out towards right center. And here's the first pitch of the evening, and it's a breaking ball. That'll miss way up top. 1-0. So Augusta Christian, they played yesterday, 9-0 win over Providence Homeschool. He now kicks up and delivers, and will miss with a fastball outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Oh, Jordan steps back in. He'll take a hack. High fly ball, left field line. This one well into foul territory. We'll go out of play down along the berm on the left field line. Crowd right now starting to fill in. A lot of blankets. Chilly evening for some baseball. Heath will wind up, and he deals a 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball located it perfectly on the outside corner. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jordan steps out, now back in, ready for the 2-2. He'll swing, little blooper, right center field. It drops for a hit. So the leadoff man for Westminster is aboard. And that's how we begin this March 5th evening. And that brings up the lefty, Duncan Crowder. Westminster comes into this game 3-2 on the season. Game number 6 for them. Augusta Christian, they are 1-2. Heath throwing from the stretch. Quick look over at first. And his first offering will miss up top. 1 ball and no strikes. This is a Augusta Christian team that has a lot of promise. Talking to their head coach before the game, Steve White. Now the pitch. And swung on. Pop fly left field. Sun going out there towards left for Brandon Bowen. He'll come in to the middle of left field and make the grab with 2 hands. That'll be the first out here in this top of the first. No score between Augusta Christian and Westminster. Rylan Cobra here on what we're calling the SRP Park Radio Network tonight. And now it's the big right-hander Grant Fuller playing first base for Westminster in this one. Again, Jordan Heath on the mound for Augusta Christian in this game. Throw over to first base. Noah Jordan, the leadoff man, singled into right center field to start this game. And Jordan has to dive back quickly as Heath throws over. Now he'll retake his lead. Heath, the stretch. First offering to the three-hitter Fuller. This one misses down and inside, is now stealing second. Head first slide, and in there is Noah Jordan. And Westminster has a runner in scoring position with one out in this top of the first. Scoreless game. Grant Fuller is a big guy at 6'2", 215 pounds. And how about this? 5 home runs in his first 5 games. Now the 1-0 breaking ball bends right over the outer edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. Beautifully placed by Augusta Christian starter Jordan Heath. Puts the baseball behind his back. Now fiddles with it in his glove. Taking his lead from second here is Jordan. Heath gives 2 looks. Now he'll come to the plate. Throws 1-1. Curveball misses high and in. 2 balls and 1 strike. 1 away, top of the first. 5 home runs in his first 5 games. 330 down the line in left. So the power-hitting right-hander's got a long way to go here at SRP Park if he wants to make it 6 in 6 games. Now the pitch, it's a swing and a miss, but it'll dribble away from the catcher, Drew Romer, and taking third now is Noah Jordan. So Westminster now 90 feet away from getting the game's first run.
Jordan advances to third on pass ball.
Sun right now shining out towards left field, just a little sliver out towards left. So the ballpark covered right now in the shade as now the pitch. It's swung on, hard hit ground ball, 1 hopper to the third baseman Peel. He'll grab it and throw it to first as he looked back Jordan at third. And there's 2 away. A great play by the third baseman Brian Peel as it was scorched right at him, able to snag it and get the second out here in this top of the first. As Augusta Christian trying to get out of the frame without allowing a run. So it brings up Colin Landrum, the shortstop. And Heath now puts the baseball behind his back, set at the belt, and he'll deal. First pitch, it gets away from the catcher. Romer goes to the backstop, scoring easily from third is Jordan, and Westminster is on the board. It's 1-0 Wildcats. Fastball, low and outside, and Romer just couldn't handle it. So Jordan Heath, after his third baseman Brian Peel made a great play for him, not able to get out of this top of the first without allowing a run. The pitch swung on and it's fouled back behind home plate. It'll be 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, Grant Fuller, the first baseman, hit one hard the previous at-bat, and he's got 5 home runs in 5 games, and you felt like you were going to get out of this top of the first after getting by him, but Augusta Christian not able to play some catch here as now 1-1 comes in. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. And the 4th pitch of the at-bat, it's fouled back 2-2. 2 away, top of the first, 1-0 Westminster. Cold night at SRP Park, 51 degrees at first pitch. Slight breeze going out to right center. Here's the 2-2, and battling here is Landrum as he fouls it off towards the dugout of Augusta Christian on the third base line. Augusta Christian, the home team, they're wearing the black uniforms, though. As Westminster, the away team, they're in the home whites. We're mixing it up tonight as the 2-2 fastball can't locate it. Misses up top and outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Full count on
So the count full here to the cleanup hitter Colin Landrum. Shortstop waits for the 3-2, and the fastball plunks him right in the head. So he'll throw his bat, take his helmet off, and he's going to try and walk this off as now the coaching staff for Westminster will come out and check on him. And it was just a fastball. It looked like it slipped out of the hand
Have a good round of applause.
of the right-hander Jordan Heath.
1 tough Wildcat.
And so Heath will see another batter here in this top of the first. Promo squad doing a great job tonight. Paige Plotsky doing a great job.
Number 7, Luke Hardenberg, playing right field.
2 outs, top of the first. Throw over to first base from Heath as getting back quickly is Landrum. Shannon Mitchell doing a great job as well. 2 of them. Great tag team down there. Tearing it up here. This crowd has been really getting after it. The 2-2 will miss high and in. Or excuse me. The 1-0 will miss high and in. Heath, baseball behind his back. Quick look over at first. And now he'll throw over that way again. One ball, no strikes here. Top of the first. 2 away, 1-0 Westminster. They got a run on a pass ball in this top of the first frame. Now a breaking ball from Heath, and the count even at 1. Big lead over at first right now for Landrum as Luke Hartenberg, the right fielder, at the plate here for Westminster. And Heath misses with this one, down and outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Sun's starting to set right now on the bridge behind the right center field fence. Now the pitch, and it's a slow hit ground ball. The second baseman, though, Byler, was going to cover, as now he's got a long way to go and goes to first with it. And he'll get the out there, and taking 2 bags is Landrum.
Number 6. Number
So
2, John McCray.
There's 2 outs now, and a little confusion here because we had 2 outs before this, so there's some confusion on whether or not that was out number 3, but apparently there's only 1 out as the video board had 2. So Westminster trying to scratch 2 runs across in this top of the first. Heath, first pitch, and he'll jam the right-hander, McCraith. Lazy pop fly out towards right center, tracking it down Nolan Greenwood with 1 hand. So that'll do it for the top of the first inning. Westminster gets a run. It's 1-0 Wildcats on the SRP Park Radio Network, also just YouTube.
And now, fans, it's time for an SRP
Back at SRP Park, 1-0 is our score. Bottom of the first inning, Westminster gets a run across in the top of the first, and Augusta Christian will swing the bat now as Drew Romer, the catcher, will lead things off here for the Lions. So the first pitch from the right-hander, John McCraith. That's a fastball over and in for strike one, right down the middle. So McCraith, fastball sits at 85. 3-pitch guy, changeup, curveball as well. It's almost low and outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Righty kicks and delivers. Another fastball, miss above the belt, and it's 3-0 just like that. And the leadoff man in this Augusta Christian order, 1 pitch away from getting on base, and he'll take high. And what should be ball 4, but apparently we're going 5 pitches here. And I know I have it right, so the pitch and the 3-1 will miss outside, and so that'll be ball 4. So a little confusion on balls and strikes here. What should have been ball 4
Now batting for the Lions.
ends up being a 5-pitch at bat, and it'll bring up Harrison Booker. So Booker, the shortstop in this game for Augusta Christian. Lions got a 9-0 win yesterday. First pitch was high and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Augusta Christian, a group with 6 seniors, but they like this young core they have. The 1-0. Fastball in. 2 balls and no strikes. It's 8 pitches so far from the right-hander McCraith. And 7 of them have been balls. 2-0. This one in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher Jordan, but couldn't locate it. And taking second will be Romer. So a runner in scoring position quickly for Augusta Christian. 1-0 the score. Bottom of the first inning. Harrison Booker waits the 3-0. Fastball, ball 4. 4-pitch walk for Booker. And so it's first and second here for Augusta Christian. Slow pace early in this one. And now a visit to the mound for the catcher, Noah Jordan, to talk to McCraith here about how they want to approach the right-handed bat and first baseman David Fulcher. Jordan Heath, the pitcher in the on-deck circle here for Augusta Christian. He'd love to get that run back that he gave up in the top of the first. The pitch, swung on, popped up on the infield. It's the pitcher McCraith who will go towards the third baseline. The third baseman Crowder at the last minute juggles it, and they say he made the grab. Hit off his glove, looked like he caught it with his hand. And so that'll be out number 1 in this home half of the first, and a huge out for Westminster. Could have been disastrous, as it looked like it was going to be bases loaded after it hit off the glove of the third baseman Crowder. And then he somehow was able to gather it and catch the first out of this inning. So now the pitcher Heath will bat with runners on first and second here. Great speed at second for Drew Romer, the catcher. McCraith throws, fastball for strike 1. McCraith trying to come back after he walked the first 2 batters in this bottom of the first. And that's exactly what he wanted. First pitch pop out on the infield to start that at bat with Fulcher, and now facing Heath here. And the curveball will miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. He'll come set at the letters. Throws the 1-1. Double steal here for Augusta Christian as Heath will swing, and it's a pop-up behind home plate. As coming in here is McCraith in foul territory, and he can't make the catch. Tried to use the glove as a basket and off the palm. And so Augusta Christian catches a break, and they'll still have first and second here. It'll be 1-2 to Heath. So a hit and run situation for the Lions. Can't execute. McCraith will toe the rubber on the first base side. Quick glance at second. Romer getting his lead, and the 1-2. Ground ball through the left side of the infield, base hit. Rounding third is Romer. We'll see if they send him, and they'll hold him up. And the bases are full now as Brett Zerbel will get a chance to get Augusta Christian on the board, and not just one run, as you got Romer on third, Booker on second, and now Heath over at first. So the lefty Zerbel will take a look at his bat, get into the box, and McCraith will wind up and deal the first pitch. Kicks, throws, fastball way up top and outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Zerbel steps back in, back of the batter's box, ready for the 1-0. There's a fastball, same spot as the first pitch of the at-bat. High and away, 2-0. Shortstop Colin Landrum for Westminster. Pinched over towards second. Big hole on the left side of the infield. 2-0, fastball right across for a strike. Got the outside corner. It'll be 2-1. One away, bottom of the first, 1-0 our score. Westminster the lead, but the base is loaded here for Augusta Christian as the pitch, and Zerbel gets a hold of one. Center field, going back is Saul, still going back, can't make the play. 1 run is in. Romer scores from third. They're going to send from second Booker, as now the relay in, the throw is high, and sliding in safely is Booker, and Augusta Christian gets a huge knock from Brett Zerbel to bring home 2 runs, and the Lions take a 2-1 lead in this bottom of the first. Center fielder Saul was playing in, and he had a long way to go. It wasn't hit that deep, at least in this ballpark. He got 395 to straightaway center. It was it. Struck well into the air, and Saul kept going back, and it bounced once, and then he grabbed it with a bare hand after it hit the grass in deep center. So 2 runs across for Augusta Christian, and they have a 2-1 lead, as now going after the first pitch here is Brandon Bowen. This one hit down the right field line, but the first baseman Fuller not able to get down there and make the play. So the count 0-1. So Bowen, the left fielder, with runners on first and second, and 1 out in this bottom of the first. McCraith will kick and deliver, and he'll miss low and outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lights slowly coming on here at SRP Park. This is the 2018 Ballpark of the Year in minor league baseball. 1-1. Fastball off the plate, and it will be a called strike, a late called strike from the home plate umpire. And the count 1-2. Middle infield, pinch towards second right now, with Heath on second base, and over at first, Zerbel. Pitch is swung on, fly ball out towards shallow right, going out to second baseman Heaton, and he'll corral it for out number 2 in this bottom of the first. Brandon Byler now will bat. Byler, the second baseman in this game. John McCraith, 3-pitch guy, but mainly going with the fastball after he walked the first 2 batters he faced in this bottom of the first. Nice sized lead over at second for Heath. And stepping off the back of the mound is McCraith. Heath will get back quickly. Now the first pitch here to Byler. Miss in 1 ball and no strikes. Now cat and mouse here between McCraith and Byler's. McCraith stepped off. Byler stepped down. Now he's back in. And the lead continues to grow at second base here. So the pitch will miss inside. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. If you're just joining us, 2 outs, bottom of the first inning. 2-1 is our score. Westminster got a run in the top of the first, but Augusta Christian has come back with 2 in this home half of the first inning. Now McCraith will try a pickoff move to second base. It's not in time. And we'll get the baseball back, get back on the hill. 2 balls, no strikes to Brandon Byler. The 2-0. Fastball upstairs, 3 balls and no strikes. So McCraith, after the first 2 batters he faced, he walked. He got a huge out as he faced David Fulcher on a pop-up to the third baseman, Duncan Crowder. Trying to get out of this bottom of the first, and it's a 4-pitch walk to Brandon Byler. Bring up Jared Zabo. Zabo, a dangerous bat here for this Augusta Christian offense. He's hitting in the 8th spot. The big right-hander who's committed to Georgia Southern. Certainly with a lot of pop, and a quick visit to the mound here for Westminster's assistant coach, as Peter Aylwine will go out and talk to McCraith. So Zabo, who threw an inning last night, normally he'd be on the hill, but in the lineup and batting 8th for Augusta Christian. Bases loaded, bottom of the first, 2-1 is our score. Lions have scored 2 runs in this bottom of the first, and McCraith will kick. First pitch, and it gets to the backstop. A friendly bounce, though, as heading home from third here was Heath, and now he'll be caught in a rundown, and Westminster able to execute, and they will get Heath trying to get back to third. And now Steve White, the manager for Augusta Christian, is going to come out and argue this. Bases were loaded. It was a pass ball kicked right off the backstop back to the catcher, Noah Jordan. He threw down to third after Heath started to go down the line, realized he wasn't going to score, and then was tagged out at third, and that'll end this bottom of the first. So after 1 frame, our score 2-1. Westminster trailing by a run after the Lions get 2 in the bottom of the first on the SRP Park Radio Network.
Dance. Get on your feet and do the what?
Riley Cobra here with you on the SRP Park Radio Network. Augusta Christian Westminster High School Baseball Showcase from SRP Park tonight. And the Lions with a 2-1 lead over Westminster. And the first pitch of the top of the second from the right-hander Jordan Heath will miss low and outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So Heath kicks up the pitch to Charlie Freeman. Ground ball right to the third baseman, Brian Peel. Takes a couple steps, shuffles the first and throws. And there's one away in time to get Freeman. 5-3 put out to start this top of the second. Brings up Thomas Sowell. Sowell, the center fielder in this game. Wildcats got their run in the top of the first on a pass ball. Noah Jordan scored. And the first pitch of the at-bat to the 8-hitter Saul is a called strike on the outer edge, 0-1. And now time is called here by Saul. Heath started to go into the windup, just barely kicked the leg up, and the home plate umpire signaling that the play was dead. And now there's the 0-1. This is low and outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander kicks and throws. Fastball below the knees. 2 balls and 1 strike. Heath. Here's the 4th pitch of the at-bat. That one misses low. Count will move to 3-1. Augusta Christian playing defense. Westminster at the plate right now.
No strikes on Heath.
Now the 3-1. And misses outside, ball 4. And it'll be a walk to Thomas Saul. Brings up Jake Heaton, the second baseman.
Playing second base, Jake Heaton.
Going through the signs down in the third base coach's box for Westminster. Coach John Graham. Heaton steps out, looks at those signs. Now he'll get in the box. The first pitch to Heaton gets away from the catcher Romer, rolls to the backstop. Going to second base will be Saul. So Thomas Saul easily takes second. And Heaton will have a runner in scoring position to try and bring home the 9-hitter in this Westminster lineup. And now Heath steps off the back of the mound, and he'll talk with his catcher Romer. So a slow start to this game in terms of pace. Both teams taking their time here as the crowd's starting to fill in nicely. Hot chocolate being served downstairs for those getting a little cold. Game time temperature was 51 degrees. And the wind now just starting to blow out towards left center field. And this can be tough for teams to play in this ballpark because you're not used to the dimensions, at least for high schoolers, so deep out to center at 395, and it's hard to position yourself. 1-0 now, and this is a high hopper up the middle. Second baseman going over. Byler, he'll dive, doesn't have a play at first, decides to hold it, and it'll be first and third now for Westminster. And a smart play by Byler, who got to it on a diving play, and if he threw to first, Thomas Saul, who was running to third base, might have thought about going home. And also, you got to worry about that throw getting away from the first baseman. So Byler does a nice job to at least keep it at first and third here for Westminster. And with 1 out, the Wildcats in prime position to tie this game up. 2-1 is our score. Augusta Christian the lead. And the first pitch to the leadoff man, Noah Jordan, is a fastball for a strike, and easily stealing second is Jake Heaton. He took off late, and Augusta Christian's catcher, Drew Romer, didn't even think about throwing down. Now the 1-0. Curveball bends over the plate, and it was pretty. Jordan Heath buckling the knees of Noah Jordan. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, top of the second. Second and third here for Westminster. Jordan, the leadoff man in the box, swings, fouls it back to the screen. The sun has set, the lights are on. Got a tint of orange and purple in the sky. A beautiful sunset here in North Augusta, South Carolina. The 1-2. Curveball misses above the belt. And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Third baseman Brian Peel, who made a nice play in the first inning. He's up on the infield grass right now for Augusta Christian. Going from the stretch is Heath. Kicks the 2-2. And Jordan lays off it. It was a changeup high and outside. And Heath wanted the right-hander to chase. But he's able to use the forearms to keep the bat back. And the count is full. Crucial pitch coming up early in this game. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, half swing. He did go around, is now heading to the plate, and scoring from third is Thomas Saul, as it'll be strike 3 swinging. Going to third will be Jake Heaton, and Westminster gets a run. And now this game is tied at 2, and some confusion in the box right now. As now they're going to check to see if he went around, as initially it looked like they said he went around. And it was ball 4. So Jordan should be awarded first base here, but everybody a little confused. And they will say the count is now 3-2 and that he did not go around. So the run scores on the wild pitch. Runner on third here for Westminster. We're tied up at 2 in this top of the second. Heaton throws this one off the end of the bat, a little nubber down the first base line for Jordan towards the dugout of Westminster. Heath back on the mound. Here's another 3-2 pitch in the dirt outside, and that will be ball 4. And now first and third here. Runners on the corners for Westminster, and the left-hander Duncan Crowder will get a chance for an RBI, or RBIs if he can really get into one and score Noah Jordan from first. Jordan Heath put the baseball behind his back. Decides to step off the mound, and he'll let his catcher, Drew Romer, go through the signs here on a first and third situation. And I fully expect Westminster to maybe delay steal here, try and get caught in a rundown between first and second and try and manufacture a run. It's a throw over to third base now. Good pickoff move by Heath. But he's not able to get the runner, Jake Heaton. He gets back safely into the bag. Heaton on third, Noah Jordan on first for Westminster. It's Duncan Crowder in the box, and now a throw over to the other corner of the diamond for Heath as he'll check the runner at first. Head first slide safely into the bag is Jake Heaton, or excuse me, Noah Jordan. Set at the letters is the right-hander, and now he'll kick up and act like he's going to throw to third, turn back around, check on the runner at first, but kept the ball in his hand the whole time, never unleashed it. And finally, the first pitch of the AB here to the left-hander Crowder, and he'll foul it behind home plate. Ichiro Suzuki-esque on the swing, started to run out of the box while he was mid-swing. The count 0-1. Tied up at 2, top of the second. The pitch from Heath, this one in the dirt, and taking second safely, no throw down from the catcher Romer will be Noah Jordan. And now it's second and third here for Westminster. From the stretch, the 1-1, ground ball hit hard right at the first baseman, bobbled by Fulcher. Staying at third here will be Heaton, and Fulcher keeps it in front of him, looked the runner back just barely as he was bobbling it, and so it'll still be second and third for Westminster as Fulcher went to the bag at first, tapped it with his foot for out number 2.
Put him on first.
Nice play by the first baseman, David Fulcher, and it brings up Grant Fuller. Fuller with runners on second and third, trying to break this 2-2 tie in the top of the second. Heath, first pitch, way out in front. Getting a piece of it, though, is Fuller. Only no balls and 1 strike. 2 runs, 1 hit, no errors for Westminster. It's 2 runs and no hits, or excuse me, 2 runs and 2 hits for Augusta Christian. No errors for the Lions. The 0-1. Fastball well outside. So we've been getting confused here on the counts. Partially my fault, partially with some issues getting the call here from the home plate umpire in this game. This count now says 1-1, and a big hack from Fuller. He can't get any baseball. And now it'll be 1-2 right by him. 1-2 pitch. A swing, and it's popped up on the infield. Coming in here is the pitcher as Heath will take it himself, straddling the first baseline about a quarter of the way up and makes the catch with 2 hands. So Westminster gets a run, but Augusta Christian able to limit the damage as the Wildcats leave 2 men on base. We'll go to the bottom of the second, tied at 2 between Augusta Christian and Westminster on the SRP Park Radio Network.
And SRP Park is Saturday, April 27th, SRP Park will host the 4th annual Craft Beer Festival, which will feature 40 hand-selected local, regional, and national breweries. On April the 30th, the number 9 Georgia Bulldogs will make their second trip to SRP Park as they take on the Citadel. On Saturday, May 11th, the biggest MMA fight to come through the CSRA, Rumble on the River, will make its first trip to SRP Park. Fans who attend the King of the Cage MMA fight will be presented by Gerald Jones Ford. We'll be able to watch 7 pro fights and then the main event. There will also be 6 amateur fights, which could feature local CSRA MMA fighters and Southeast regional fighters. To learn more about the event coming up at SRP Park, visit www.srppark.com. Don't wait, get your tickets today. All right, fans, turn your attention.
Up to the plate for your Lions, number 40, Jared Zabel.
Riley Cobry returning here on the SRP Park Radio Network. glad you're joining us here tonight. If you want to write a message where you're listening from, love to hear from you as it's our high school baseball showcase. Westminster taking on Augusta Christian. We're deadlocked at 2 in this home half of the second as Jared Sabo will take a swing at the first pitch from McCraith, and this one driven a long way to left field, kept carrying and lands right in front of the warning track. Left fielder was Freeman going back, couldn't make the play over his head, and Sabo has himself a double to start off this bottom of the second. Well-struck ball, and initially looked like just a long fly out to left, but Freeman kept traveling backwards and did not have a play on it, got over his head. And it's a runner in scoring position after just one pitch in this home half of the second. And it brings up Nolan Greenwood. First pitch to Greenwood. He shows bunt, goes around, can't get it down. It's right by him. 0-1. Well, a funky way to end the bottom of the first for Augusta Christian, as they had runners on second and third, but getting caught in a rundown was Brett Zerbel, as now the bunt is down here for Greenwood. Perfectly placed, third baseline. McCraith comes off the mound, throws to first, and it gets by the first baseman, Fuller, and will go all the way down towards the bullpen on that right field line. Scoring from second here is Zabo, and going all the way, wheeling around to third. Head first slide, he's in there. It's Nolan Greenwood, the 9-hitter, places a bunt perfectly, and it turns out to be tragic for Westminster as McCraith tried to rush the throw to first, and it got by his first baseman, and now a run scores for Augusta Christian to make it 3-2, and they're looking to add another one with a man on third base here in the form of Nolan Greenwood. So Drew Romer will bat, and the first pitch will miss outside. It's 1 ball and no strikes. So a sacrifice bunt, at least that's what it initially was. Turns out to be a bunt for a hit and then an error on the pitcher. And now McCraith throws, and this one will hit the leadoff man Romer right in the head. And Romer had some words for McCraith as he was going down the line. The home plate umpire stepping in between them to settle down any tension between these two teams. And that's the third batter we've seen get hit in the head in this game. So first and third for Augusta Christian, and Harrison Booker will bat. And now Steve White, the head coach for Westminster, will come out, and he will pluck John McCraith out of this game. And now we'll get some maneuvering on the diamond here for Westminster. Our score is 3-2. The Lions with a 1-run advantage over Westminster, but nobody out in this bottom of the second. And Augusta Christian's got runners on first and third, and we've got a new pitcher in the game, as the left-hander Sam Jordan will come on in relief. We'll take a break. When we come back, Augusta Christian trying to add on to this 3-2 lead on the SRP Park Radio Network.
Now batting for Lions, number 1, Harrison Booker.
Bottom of the second inning here at SRP Park. Our score 3-2. Augusta Christian 1-run lead. But they're threatening with runners on first and third as a new pitcher into the game. And before I can even say his name, Augusta Christian sent from first base Drew Romer, acting like he was going to steal second. And the left-hander, Sam Jordan, who just came on in relief for Westminster, had no time to even think about throwing to the plate, as Romer took off for second, and taking off from third was Nolan Greenwood, and he scores easily as the lefty Jordan threw over there to second. And so it's now 4-2 Augusta Christian. So first and third, and some sneaky base running for the Lions, and now just the runner on first base with nobody out in this bottom of the second. And first pitch a called strike. Will be 0-1. Now pitch number 2, and taking off here is Romer. Boy, does he have great speed. Safely into second with a feet first slide. Runner in scoring position. The count is 1-1 strike. It was a strong throw from Noah Jordan, the catcher, but just not in time. Outfield playing in shallow right now. Not expecting much here from the right-hander. So the pitch is fouled back up here towards the press box. And I apologize, having some confusion with counts in this game. So we'll be 1-2 here as Jordan will throw to the right-hander Harrison Booker. He'll swing and miss, but it gets by the catcher Jordan, and Booker will sprint it out down the first base line. No throw over from the catcher Jordan. And so it'll be a strikeout wild pitch, and now runners on the corners for Augusta Christian, as going to third was Romer. So an animated conversation now between Sam Jordan on the mound and his catcher Noah Jordan. And Augusta Christian can really put a dent into the hopes of this Westminster team with a big hit here. The Lions lead it by 2 runs. And the pitch, fastball misses high, easily taking second now is going to be Booker. So the 3-hitter David Fulcher at the plate for Augusta Christian. And he's the guy you want up. Flew out to the third baseman Crowder back in the first. Swung at the first pitch he saw. And now this one will come in, a swing and a miss. It's 1-1. Jordan kicks and deals. Change up on the outside corner. Now our count is 1-2. Second and third for Augusta Christian. Bottom of the second. Jordan kicks and throws. This one in the dirt, smothered by the catcher Noah Jordan. Infield not up on the grass, but definitely playing in on the infield dirt. And the 1-2 in the dirt, and it gets by the catcher Jordan, sprinting home from third base and scoring. Here is Drew Romer. Going to third is Booker. And Augusta Christian tacks on another one. It's 5-2 in this bottom of the second. 3 runs coming across in this home half of the second frame. Got underneath the legs of Noah Jordan and rolled all the way to the backstop. And he got a favorable bounce off the backstop in the first inning, but here, this one just stopped right at the dirt and the wall behind home plate, and there was no chance he was going to have a play on the speedy Romer heading home. As now the 1-2, and it's a called strike 3, caresses the inside corner. And that'll be the first out in this bottom of the second. Brings up the big fella, Jordan Heath. Jordan, first pitch to Heath, change up, downstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Heath singled back in the first, scored a run. Augusta Christian with 5 runs, Westminster with 2. The Lions at the plate. They can see their 6th run. Standing on third base is now the pitch, and going to the opposite field on the ground with a base hit through the right side is Jordan Heath. Trotting home is Booker, and at another one, Augusta Christian takes a 4-run lead at 6-2 in this bottom of the second, thanks to the RBI single, helping his own cause, the pitcher, Jordan Heath. And it brings up Brett Zerbel. Well, a great piece of hitting, as we'll get a pinch runner here for Augusta Christian to let the pitcher, Heath, sit on the bench and get ready to go out on the mound. And high school baseball, he can re-enter. It's not like he's out of the game. But it was a fastball away, and he just waited on it and took it to right. So now a man on first for Augusta Christian. The first pitch to Zerbel. He'll try and lay down a bunt. It goes right back to the pitcher, Jordan, and he'll field his position cleanly as the throw over to first is in time to get Zerbel, and that'll be out number 2 in this bottom of the second.
Sacrifice bunt moves a runner over. Now coming up to bat for your Lions, number 26, Brandon Bowen.
Brandon Bowen will hit. Bowen, the sophomore, will walk into the box. The lefty on righty. We had a pitching change in this bottom of the second. John McCraith came out of the game. Sam Jordan on in relief. The first pitch, and it will hit the right-hander. Going back to second after he thought it was a pass ball. He's going to be the pinch runner here for Augusta Christian.
Now up to bat, number 10, Brandon Byler.
And so it'll be first and second for the Lions as Brandon Byler will get an opportunity to bat. So first pitch, Brandon Bowen saw, came right at him. Hit batsman. And now Byler, who walked in the first, will bat. After he hits, Jared Szabo is the last man, or excuse me, Byler's the last man that needs to bat before everybody has hit in this bottom of the second. The first pitch, the right-hander misses in. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Jordan moving quickly will kick up and throw. Pitch number 2. And this one will miss down. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs. Bottom of the second, 6-2. Augusta Christian, a 4-run lead over Westminster. Wildcats trying to keep it at 6-2 now with runners at first and second for AC. Jordan will throw in the dirt. 3 balls, no strikes. Jared Szabo in the on-deck circle. He had a big fly ball out to left field that bounced right in front of the warning track for a double to start this frame off. The 3-0. And right over the plate, a meatball center cut for the right-hander. He'll lay off it, though, and it's 3-1. Rylan Cobry here on the SRP Park Radio Network. Jordan set at the letters. A glance at second. He'll throw. Szabo will swing. And a little dinker in the air down the right field line, but foul territory and out of play. And now it's 3-2. Jordan working his way back from a 3-0 count. Chilly night here at SRP Park. Plenty of sweatshirts and blankets scattered throughout this crowd. Long wait before we get this payoff pitch. Jordan tucks his glove just under his belt. Puts the ball inside it. Comes set now. Throws in the dirt ball 4. Runners moving on the 3-2-2 out pitch, and so they will be loaded. And excuse me, that was Byler at the play. This is Zabo coming up. Zabo doubled in this inning. Looking for a 2-hit second inning is Jared Zabo. And with this guy at the plate, he could easily make it a 10-2 game. He's got home run power. Jordan kicks first pitch. Curveball misses in. 1 ball, no strikes. 6-2, Augusta Christian the lead, bottom of the second. They are still batting here. 1-0. This one misses low. 2 balls and no strikes. Runners get their leads. And now Jordan's 2-0. Zabo, big cut, but it's right by him. And now 2-1. Some great at-bats in this inning for Augusta Christian. The 2-1. Zabo able to lay off it. Now 3 balls and 1 strike. And you wonder what Jordan will do here with this 3-1. You have to be so careful with Zabo. This game could break wide open if he leaves one over the plate. Here comes the pitch, right over and in. And now it's 3-2. Count is full. Runners will be going. 3-2, 2 outs, bottom of the second. 6-2, Augusta Christian. Can they add on more? Jordan will throw, swing and a miss out in front and a changeup. And maybe a little momentum for Westminster after a tough bottom of the second. Augusta Christian, they score 4 times and they've got a 4-run lead, 6-2. The Lions over the Wildcats here in our high school baseball showcase on the SRP Park Radio Network.
All right, fans, turn your attention to Shannon and tonight's lucky contestant for our cap shuffle. Game, Shannon, take it away.
Thanks, PA. I'm down here with our contestant. Taylor, everyone, your name? Frank Gibbs. All right, Frank, what we're going to do is we're going to watch that video board. You're going to guess where the ball is at the end of the cap shuffle. You ready? All right, let's go. Ooh, difficult. Which one do you think it is? You think it's 1? Is it 1? And we're going to send Frank home the winner of our cap shuffle game. That good to you.
That's what we're talking. I treated this like an old honky tonk. Crazy cheeseburgers and cheap cigarettes. One day those shots back at the bottom of
Your first batter.
Rylan Cobry returning on the SRP Park Radio Network.
Westminster, number 7, Luke Hartman.
Score right now 6-2. Augusta Christian scored twice in the first, 4 times in the second. Westminster back at the plate here in this top of the third. They've scored 1 run in each of the first 2 innings. And the first pitch of this top of the third misses low and outside. The right-hander Luke Hartenberg, and now he will swing at the 1-0 and foul it back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan Heath seemed to have control both on the mound and at the plate. Had a big RBI in that bottom of the second. Now the 1-1 comes in, and it's fouled down the first baseline out of play. One ball, two strikes to Hartenberg. He's the right fielder. The pitch, curve ball, and it dips low. Oh, man. He thought it was strike three, and a breaker that had a lot of spin on it, but can't locate it. Now the 1-2. This one in the dirt. And excuse me, that was the 2-2. This will be 3-2 coming up. So home plate umpire signals to both dugouts to let them know. Payoff pitch. Hartenberg swings, fouls it back. Beautiful ballpark here in North Augusta, South Carolina, located right on the Savannah River. The wind blowing out towards right center field. Just a magnificent scene whenever there's baseball in this ballpark, and fans can catch a glimpse from the apartments out in left field. Talk about that more in a second as Hartenberg swings and a looping fly ball towards right field, and it's going to be caught by Zerbel for the first down in this top of the third. That brings up John McCraith. I'll bring up McCraith's spot. Sam Jordan, who entered in that second inning on the mound for Westminster. He'll bat for McCraith here, righty on righty. As Heath kicks up, delivers the first pitch, and Jordan takes a cold strike at the belt. Drew Romer, the catcher, couldn't squeeze the glove. Baseball rolls away from him down the first baseline, 0-1. Gotta love the pace right now of Jordan Heath, the starter for Augusta Christian. He is moving. He's got the 0-1, and it misses high. 1 ball, 1 strike. You've got apartments jutting up into the air out of left field. Beautiful, brand new apartments, the clubhouse. So fans and tenants can sit out right on their balcony and watch this game, any game really. Count 2-1 here. Jordan takes a healthy hack, fouls it to the screen. It'll be 2-2. Right-hander kicks and deals. Fastball with some tail on it. It'll come too far inside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Top of the third. Westminster, Augusta Christian. Here's the payoff pitch. And again, the fastball will just move too far in. So ball 4 and a runner on first base now for Westminster.
Left fielder, number 12, Charlie Freeman.
Brings up Charlie Freeman.
Let me count these checks. Flex on my ex.
First pitch now to Freeman. Fastball misses in. 1 ball and no strikes. Freeman, just a freshman, but so much upside, and they really like what he has given them so far in 2019. The 1-0. This one laced into left field for a base hit. Playing it on a hop is Brandon Bowen, the left fielder. He'll get it right to his relay man, the shortstop Booker. And first and second, so Westminster again threatening. They've threatened in the first 2 frames. They've scored 1 run in each. But they just haven't really been able to get that big hit to knock in multiple runs.
Number 8, center fielder, Thomas Saul.
And Thomas Saul, he walked in the second, open stance. He's in the box. First pitch, takes a swing, gets a piece, foul tip into the chest protector of the catcher, Drew Romer. And it's 0-1. Thomas Saul, the 8 hitter in this Westminster lineup. And the 0-1. Curveball. This is in. Just a bit too low. There's been a couple times tonight Heath has thrown that breaking ball, and it just seems like the home plate umpire doesn't know what to do with it because it doesn't look anything close to a strike and then lands in the zone at the last minute. Here's the 1-1. Another curveball off the end of the bat. This will be a one-hopper, and not able to get it is Byler. He tried to backhand it, hits off the fringe of his glove, and slowly rolls into center. Everybody will move up a base, and Westminster will load them up. Well, this one was in between off the end of the bat, and Byler came up on it and tried to pick it with the backhand, but hit off the glove and just barely rolled into center. And he got stuck in between, didn't know if he wanted to catch it out of the air or if he wanted to field it like a ground ball. Sam Jordan on third base, Charlie Freeman on second, and Thomas Saul is on first. And now Jake Heaton, the 9-hitter, has an opportunity to, well, tie this game up if he's able to knock one out of here. First pitch, Heaton will swing, fly ball, right center field. Going out into the gap is the right and center fielders, Greenwood and Zerbel. It'll be the right fielder, Zerbel, to take it, and it'll be a sacrifice fly. Tagging from third is Jordan. Going to third from second is Freeman, and Jake Heaton does a job. He'll tack another run on the board for Westminster, and it's a 6-3 game. Augusta Christian now with just a 3-run lead in this top of the third.
Coming to the plate for the Wildcats, playing catcher, number 23, Noah Jordan.
And it's the top of the order now for Westminster. Noah Jordan will bat. He walked in the second inning. Runners on the corners for the Wildcats. Six runs for Augusta Christian, 3 for Westminster. And the first pitch from Heath, breaking ball for a strike. Spun over the outside corner, 0-1. Heath comes set at the letters, 0-1. In the dirt, nice stop by the catcher Romer. Keeps it in front of him and then stares down at third base, Charlie Freeman. The 1-1. Another curveball. Really going to it is Heath, but he doesn't get the call. Missed high. The home plate umpire signaling over to the Augusta Christian dugout, telling him that one was just a little bit too elevated. And it's 2-1. Fourth pitch of the at-bat in the dirt, just barely. Romer, he was caught in between. Didn't know whether to get into full blocking stance or just pick that, but able to just keep it in front of him to his right. Nobody moves anywhere. Still first and third here for Westminster. And the 3-1 pitch. Fastball almost hits Heaton, and it'll be ball 4, and the bases are loaded now for Westminster. Noah Jordan's second walk of this game, and Duncan Crowder now will bat with the bases juiced. 6-3, Augusta Christian leads by 3 runs. And with 2 outs in this top of the third, a visit here from the head coach of Augusta Christian. As going out to the mound is Steve White. He'll go have a chat with his right-hander, and it'll actually be the pitching coach, Brian Byler. We'll see how they approach Duncan Crowder, who hit one right at the first baseman, David Fulcher, on the ground the last time he was up, and the bases were loaded at that point as well. Tying run on first base in a 6-3 contest. Augusta Christian has the lead. Top of the third inning, and we We are approaching an hour and 26 minutes in this game. So it has been a slow start. Both teams taking their time on the mound. Heath, the starter for Augusta Christian, was moving pretty good in this inning as he delivers the first pitch, and it's a called strike on the outside corner, 0-1. And now he wants to go quick again. One strike pitch. Crowder waves at it and rolls it foul first base line. Slowly hit. And it's quickly 0-2. There's 2 outs, so just needs one more strike here as Jordan Heath to get out of this frame. And those Augusta Christian bats have been so reliable through the first 2 innings. They want to get back up to the plate and grab some more runs. Here's the 0-2. And the fastball slips out of the hand of Heath. Scoring from third will be Charlie Freeman. Everybody moves up. It'll be second and third after the run scores here. Westminster has made this a 6-4 game. A wild pitch. And just got out of the hand of Heath. And bolting from third base was Charlie Freeman. 1-2 the count now. The pitch, and this one off the end of the bat, back to the pitcher. Heath will come off the mound, field it, lightly throw to first base, and that'll put away this top of the third inning. Westminster scores twice, though. They've made this a 6-4 game. Augusta Christian with a 2-run lead going to the home half of the third inning on the SRP Park Radio Network. Nolan Greenwood to lead it off in this bottom of the third inning. Augusta Christian with a 6-4 lead over Westminster. Greenwood, the 9-hitter in this Augusta Christian lineup. Sam Jordan still on the mound for Westminster. First pitch, change up. Ducks low and outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Greenwood attempted a sacrifice bunt, turned into a bunt for a hit, and then an error on the pitcher back in the second. A 1-0 will come in, hits the dirt. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's how the runs have been scored in this game for each team. It was 1 in the top of the first, 1 in the top of the second, and 2 in the third for Westminster. For Augusta Christian, 2 in the first and 4 in the second. They batted around in the second inning. Jordan winds up, throws. Fastball looked good, but missed away. And quickly it's 3-0. Greenwood, we'll see if he has the green light on a 3-0 pitch, and the changeup over and in for a strike. And it's 3-1. Fifth pitch of the at-bat, 3-1. Curveball, never broke. Missed well outside, and it'll be ball 4. Greenwood draws a walk. And it brings up Drew Romer. Augusta Christian trying to continue this theme, scoring multiple runs every time they come to the plate. Those 4 runs in the bottom of the second were impressive. Romer now bats. He was hit by a pitch in his last AB. The first pitch will miss up top. Stealing second and safely in there is Greenwood, and the ball rolls past the shortstop Booker, and going to third here is Greenwood. And so Nolan Greenwood goes from first to third. And the lefty Sam Jordan now has to deal with a runner 90 feet away. So there was some confusion with some music rolling through here as the play was going on. The pitch, this one in the dirt, outside. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. And now Jordan will kick and fire, and this one misses outside, and it's 3-0. Apologize. We've been getting confused tonight with counts. That's on me. 3-0. Swinging here is Romer. This one hit high into the air, right field line. No chance for the right fielder Hartenberg as he sprinted towards the bullpen. But it'll drop to the ground in foul territory. 3-1. Drew Romer, he hit .423 and slugged .712 last year for the Lions. He also hit 2 home runs. This is a guy who can hit for power, but isn't always trying to hit one out of the park. 3-1, change up high and outside, and now first and third for Augusta Christian with nobody out in this bottom of the third. 6-4. Lions have the lead, and it looks like we'll get a call to the bullpen here for Westminster. So a pitching change coming up. Augusta Christian looking for more runs. Said that a couple times tonight, and here in this bottom of the third, they've got runners on the corners with nobody out on the SRP Park Radio Network. Back at SRP Park. New pitcher into the game for Westminster. The score 6-4. Augusta Christian 2-run lead. They've got runners on first and third. And that'll be the right-hander J.D. Kastner, the sophomore. 5'6", 130 pounds. Faced the two-hitter Harrison Booker, and the first pitch misses high and outside. Trying to steal second is Romer. He's in there safely. Throw down was cut off by the shortstop as a great job. Landrum got it, threw it right back to home plate. As trying to get home was Nolan Greenwood. Head first slide, but it wasn't in time, and the tag applied from Noah Jordan. And that is how you execute defensively on a first and third situation. It'll be out number one in this bottom of the third. Phenomenal job by Landrum, who came out onto the infield grass as the throw went down to second, but not really. Romer was trying to steal. They wanted the throw to go there, but Landrum cut it off and threw right back to home plate, towards home plate, and the catcher Jordan able to get the tag right down onto Greenwood. So Booker now bats with a runner on second base. And the 1-0 misses high and in, 2 balls and no strikes. And you don't see that happen very often, where they are able to just play catch on the infield and get out. That's a tough play to make with a runner barreling down the third base line. How many first and third situations have we seen already in this game? The 2-0. Fastball high, 3 balls, no strikes. Harrison Booker walking the first. Struck out, but got on base because it was a strikeout wild pitch. Six to 4, Augusta Christian 2-run lead. There's one out. It's bottom of the third. And the 3-0 right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike. Three-one. Fastball swung on. Fly ball, shallow center. Shortstop going out is Landrum. He'll catch it on the edge of the infield dirt. And that'll be out number 2. And Westminster trying to go an inning without allowing a run. Gave up 2 in the first, 4 in the second. And Fulcher hits here. He's 0 for 2 in this game. We'll look over at second base. The pitch. Big looping curveball misses high. Having to duck was Fulcher. It's 1-0. Wind picking up towards right center field as the flags going from right to left. The 1-0. Pitch. Fulcher gets a hold of one to left field, going out into the middle of left center and going back, not able to make the catch as he was backpedaling Freeman. Scoring from second is Romer, sliding into second, trading places with his teammate is Fulcher. And Augusta Christian says not so fast. We will get a run in this bottom of the third. And it's 7-4, a 3-run lead now for the Lions. Back to 3 runs. It was a tough play for Freeman, and he got over to the spot, at least initially, going to his left, but then didn't realize the depth and had to go backwards a little bit and just kind of jump backwards and not able to snag it. And with 2 outs in this third, the first pitch to Jordan Heath hits him right on the back. Curveball, and it'll be first and second for the Lions. Brett Zerbel, 1 for 2 so far in this game. 2 RBIs single coming back in the first. He'll step in. Zerbel talking to head coach Steve White before the game. Boy, did he have Some strong words for this left-hander as the throw down to third, trying to steal third base was Fulcher, and it's right there on the bag. A nice pick, though, by Duncan Crowder to apply the tag. We'll talk more about Brett Zerbel because he's a guy to watch for sure. As we'll go to the top of the fourth, 7-4. Augusta Christian leads it by 3 runs. They add another in the bottom of the third
Fans, it's time
on the
for
SRP
some
Park
Catch
Radio
Up
Network.
Live. The leadoff, the top of the fourth. Number 11, first baseman Grant Fuller.
It's Grant Fuller to lead it off for Westminster in the top of the fourth. 7-4, Augusta Christian, a 3-run advantage. As the Lions send out Jordan Heath. He has been spectacular in this game so far on the mound, despite allowing 4 runs. His first pitch to the right-hander, a curveball by him, 0-1. Now pitch number 2, Fuller swings, gets under the curveball, lifts this one left center field, going out and playing deep out in there in center was Greenwood, and he tracks it down. And that's a nice grab by Nolan Greenwood to get into the gap. Augusta Christian had the scouting report on Fuller. They know he's hit 5 home runs in his last 5 games, and so they played him deep, and it works out. That's out number 1 here in this top of the fourth. It brings up Colin Landrum. First pitch fastball. We'll miss above the zone, 1-0. 3, 4, 5 hitters batting in this fourth for Westminster. And Landrum now has one go right by him. 1-1. The pitch, Landrum will swing. Pop fly behind home plate. No play for the catcher, Romer, though, and it'll get to the seats. A new baseball here for Jordan Heath as he gets set to throw a 1-2 pitch. Heath has done it on the mound and at the plate in this game. He'll rock the 1-2. Curveball. Nice stop by Romer. Sliding over and trying to keep it in front of him. Always like to see a catcher still trying to block balls even though there's nobody on base. Heath's 2-2. And swinging his Landrum, and he'll foul it off his front foot, and he'll hobble down the first baseline. Try and walk this off. Got him right on the toe. Count still 2-2 here. Now crouching down is Landrum. He's down the third baseline, really struggling right now to just walk it off. Home plate umpire giving him some time. Try and regroup before he steps back in. Top of the fourth, 7-4. Augusta Christian 3-run lead. 1 out. Jordan Heath still on the hill. You wonder how many innings they'll let him go. If he can make it a quick fourth, they might throw him back out there for the fifth. Winds up. Now we're ready. The 2-2. Breaking ball. Strike 3 call. And there's 2 outs. We have not seen a 3-up, 3-down inning for either side in this game. And now Heath is 1 batter away from getting it done. See if he can retire Luke Hartenberg, who flew out to right in his last at-bat in the third. And the first pitch to Hartenberg. Fastball misses high. 1 ball, no strikes. Heath gets the ball back, throws. He'll lock up the right-hander on a fastball. It's fouled back. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jordan Heath at the plate in this game. He's got 2 singles, and he's been hit by a pitch. Now he's on the mound looking for a 3-up, 3-down inning. A 1-1, it's fouled back. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jordan Heath with the stirrup socks. Red piping on those socks. The rest of the sock in black. Now the pitch comes in, a curveball in the dirt, and the count 2-2. Hartenberg, the 5-hitter in this Wildcat lineup. 2-2 pitch. Fastball, and Romer tried to frame it. Doesn't get the call, though. Thought maybe it nibbled the corner, but it'll be ball 3 and the count 3-2. Heath wastes no time, throws. Swung on, ground ball, second baseman slowly hit. Byler will take it. Quick throw to first, and it's 3 up and 3 down. Jordan Heath does a nice job on the hill for Augusta Christian. He'll keep the score at 7-4. We'll go to the home half of the 4th inning. Lions with a 3-run lead over Westminster on the SRP Park Radio Network. Bottom of the fourth inning from SRP Park. 7-4, Augusta Christian. 3-run lead over Westminster. And Brett Zerbel leads things off for the Lions. They have scored 2 runs in the first, 4 in the second, 1 in the third. Westminster with 1 in both the first and second innings, and then 2 in the third. But Jordan Heath shuts them down in the fourth, a 3-up, 3-down inning. And the right-hander, J.D. Kastner, who came on in relief back in the third, will deliver the first pitch of this fourth, and it's a called strike, a fastball 0-1. On the 1-strike pitch, and it'll bounce in. And the count even at 1. Brett Zerbel in this game, single, 2 RBIs in the first. He grounded out in the second. The 1-1. He'll take high, 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander will hurl in this 2-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball slowly. First base line coming off the mound is going to be the right-hander, and Kastner got it, and then just barely able to get it over to first, but they will say he's safe. And Westminster will come out and argue this one as Kastner got over to it and threw to first, and it was a close play. But Augusta Christian has the leadoff man aboard in this bottom of the fourth. And Brandon Bowen will bat. Kastner's first pitch, throwing from the stretch. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball and no strikes. 7-4, Augusta Christian, 3-run lead. Wind blowing hard out towards center field now as Bowen will chop at 1 and slowly roll it foul third baseline. 1-1. Brandon Byler on deck. The 2 Brandons in the 6 and 7 spots of this order for Augusta Christian. Getting his lead from first base is Zerbel. The pitch, curveball, misses low. 2 balls, 1 strike. J.D. Kastner also listed as a second baseman for Westminster. He's on the mound now, trying to work through this fourth. The pitch, taking off on the 2-1, will be Zerbel, and it's rolled foul, third baseline, hit and run. Brandon Bowen was just too far out in front. Jammed him on the inside part of the bat. He still was able to hit it pretty well on the ground down that third baseline, but well foul. And 2-2. Now Kastner puts the baseball in his glove. A rock towards home plate. Bowen swings, fly ball, lazily hit left field line, but it'll hook foul. Got about halfway down that left field line before it dropped to the beautifully conditioned grass here at SRP Park. Action down in Augusta Christian's bullpen. Two and two here as Kastner steps off the back of the mound, throws from the stretch. Baseball placed right behind his back leg. Now he'll throw 2-2 in the dirt, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Kastner slide stepping to the plate right now to make sure that Brett Zerbel at first base will not take off for second. Byler, who is on deck, has walked twice in this game. And now Zerbel will take off. The 3-2 comes in, swing and a miss. No throw down to second base, and so Zerbel has a stolen bag. But Kastner gets a strikeout, and the 7-hitter Byler now will walk up. Byler walked in that first inning, was stranded on base, did not come around to score. First offering from the right-hander is a called strike, 0-1. Byler then walked again in the second inning. Everybody batted around in that second for Augusta Christian, 0-1. Fastball, pop of the glove, outside corner, 0-2. Augusta Christian, 7-4 lead on Westminster. Westminster playing defense right now, trying to get out of this inning. As swinging here is Byler, third baseman taking it is Crowder on the ground. Long throw over to first, and just in time to get Byler as a great play by Crowder to look the runner back at second. Zerbel just trotted right back, and then when he did so, a throw over to first base by Crowder, the third baseman, to get out number 2 in this fourth inning. And we'll bring up the power hitting Jared Szabo. Szabo batted twice in that second inning. He doubled in his first at-bat and struck out in his second one. First pitch to Szabo in the dirt, 1-0. Szabo committed to Georgia Southern. Right-hander with a lot of pop on the mound and in the batter's box. A 1-0, swing and a miss. Hand comes flying off the handle of the bat for Szabo. 1-1. Szabo threw an inning last night in Augusta Christian's win. Now trying to take off for third. Here is Zerbel, and he's in there with no throw down, as the pitch was a ball in the dirt. And now 2-1. And with 2 outs, the Lions don't want to see a 0 go on the scoreboard for this bottom of the fourth. They want to run. And the 2-1 inside edge just barely touched it, 2-2. Fastball from J.D. Kastner, the third pitcher to throw in this game for Westminster. 2-2, 2 outs, bottom of the fourth. Deking like he's going to take off and steal home is Zerbel, and stepping off the mound is Kastner. The catcher, Jordan, came out in front of home plate and just tried to calm everybody down, because for a moment there it did look like Zerbel was trying to steal home. And he's playing mind games right now with J.D. Kastner. Kastner holds the laces of the baseball behind his back. Now will throw, and the pitch misses outside. And it'll be 3-2 here. Noah Jordan didn't catch it cleanly, but just rolled right next to him. Payoff pitch will be on the way here from J.D. Kastner. Jared Szabo awaits. Here it comes, and he'll slice this one behind home plate into the net, and it'll stay 3-2. Another payoff pitch from Kastner to Szabo. It'll swing out in front of it, lifts it left field line. Going over the left fielder, Freeman. He's on the line. Hits off of his glove, and then will go. And no, they'll say it's a foul ball. Oh, man. So a late foul ball call down that left field line. What would have been extra bases for Zabo and another run for Augusta Christian ends up just being a foul ball. And now Steve White, the manager for Augusta Christian, wants to come out and argue this call as he just asks a few questions for the home plate umpire and will make his way back to the dugout along the third base line for the Lions. So Zabo will hit again. Still 3-2 here. The pitch. Zabo swings, golfs at center field. Back a few steps is Thomas Saul. He had a beat on it, though, and he'll backpedal into this one as the baseball lands into his glove for the third out of this bottom of the fourth. So both teams not able to score in this fourth inning, unlike the theme of this game, which was all scoring in the first three frames. We'll go to the top of the fifth, 7-4. Augusta Christian, 3-run lead right now in Westminster on the SRP Park Radio Network.
Your leadoff batter for the Cats.
Top of the fifth inning, Augusta Christian, 7-4 the score, a 3-run lead right now. The Lions have spread out their runs, although neither team scored in the fourth. Jared Heath still on the mound right now for Augusta Christian, Jordan Heath. And the first pitch to the right-hander here as J.D. Kastner will foul it, 0-1. One strike pitch from Heath in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Heath trying to go 5 innings. There was some action in Augusta Christian's bullpen in between the 4th and the 5th, but we're going to see if he can make it a quick top of the 5th. So he'll miss with a fastball outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Right-hander kicks and throws. It's fouled off, 2-2. He'll wind up and throw the 2-2 pitch. Below the knees, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And now a stray balloon has gone up into the air, and the wind is swirling it all around. It'll go all the way out towards left field, and now it's onto the playing field. But it's high in the air, but not high enough to escape a baseball if it went out that way. 3-2 from Heath, swing and a miss, foul tip, caught by the catcher, Womer. And that's out number 1. Last 5 have been retired now from Jordan Heath. He's starting to get into a groove. Kastner down on strikes, brings up Charlie Freeman. 6, 7, 8 hitters batting right now for Westminster. Freeman will go after the first pitch, fouls it back, 0-1. Jordan Heath doesn't let you catch your breath. He stands straight up on the rubber and throws 0-1. Curveball outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The shortstop Booker trying to position himself and move over towards the hole on the left side of the diamond. Heath, the 1-1. This one off the end of the bat. It'll be a 2-hopper, 3-hopper for the second baseman, Byler. He'll throw to first, not in time. Freeman was hustling out of the box, and it was slowly hit to Brandon Byler, and he's had some funky ground balls come his way in this game, and that was another one. It looked like it was going to kind of come up on him quick, and then it bounced a couple times, and Byler not able to retire Freeman. Well, it would have been a 4-3 put out. It'll be an infield hit instead for Freeman, and that'll be the end of the night for Jordan Heath. But he will certainly get high fives when he goes back to the dugout. Augusta Christian leads it 7-4. Heath goes 4 1/3 in this game, as we'll get a pitching change in this top of the 5th. Lions 3-run lead on Westminster on the SRP Park Radio Network. On in relief for Augusta Christian will be the right-hander Brian Peel, the sophomore. 7-4, Lions have a 3-run lead. 1 out in this top of the 5th, and a man on first for Westminster. And the first pitch lifted high into the air to left field. Thomas Saul got under it. And the left fielder Bowen comes in and on the run makes the catch in shallow left. And that'll be out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Brian Peel.
Coming to the plate.
And it brings up Jake Heaton.
Number 9, Jake
Heaton in this game. 1 for 1. He's got a sacrifice fly coming in the 3rd. Charlie Freeman, infield hit. He got on first base. That was the last batter that Jordan Heath faced in this game. As the pitch from Peel, it'll hit Heaton in the head. And we've seen 4 batters get hit in the head in this game.
have a good round of applause.
And
one tough Wildcat.
hit batsman here for Jake Heaton. That's what it'll go down as in the scorebook. And Heaton is going to take his helmet off, and they're going to check on him Got him right in the head. And now walking over from the third base coach's box is John Graham. We'll see if they pinch run for him. Heaton gives the thumbs up sign, and he'll stay at first base. So top of the fifth inning, 7-4, Augusta Christian trying to hang on to this lead. Westminster has left men on base multiple times in this game. They only scratched out 1 run in the first 2 innings. I should say 1 run in each of those innings. And now have a chance here with 2 outs and runners on first and second. Top of the order, Noah Jordan will bat, and he'll take a called strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Brian Peel, fly out and a hit batsman on 2 pitches to start his evening in relief. Now he'll throw, and this one in the dirt. Make 2 balls and no strikes. Peel nods his head yes to the sign. Catcher Romer wants this one inside. It's in the dirt. And now the count will shift here to 3-0. Peel throwing from the stretch. 3-0. This one low and outside. Excuse me, it'll be now 3-1 here as the home plate umpire corrects everybody, flashing the sign. I'll look over at second base for Peel. He'll lift the leg, 3-1. Too far in, ball 4. Now the base is loaded. And things will get a little scary here for Augusta Christian as the 2-hitter Duncan Crowder will bat. And this is a huge AB, knowing that Grant Fuller is in the on-deck circle, and he can easily give Westminster a lead with the power he's got as he tries to keep that streak going. 5 home runs in 5 games. But he's on deck. Crowder has the opportunity in front of him with the bases juiced. First pitch, fastball, will nibble at the corner, 0-1. Second pitch of the at-bat, Peel throws. Swung on and fouled back. This one will actually leave the ballpark above the roof down the third baseline. 0-2. 2 outs, top 5. Westminster wearing the home whites, but they're the away team in this game. Righty on lefty, Peel set at the letters, deals. Swung on, high bouncer, onto the infield, grasses the shortstop Booker. He'll take it, throw it to first, and it gets by the first baseman Fulcher. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in for Westminster. It'll be first and third now as 2 come across, and it's 7-6 Augusta Christian with a 1-run lead now, and it will be an infield hit on the play, and then an error.
Coming to the plate.
And so a nice job just putting something in play. Duncan Crowder and the tying runs on third base here for Westminster. And it brings up Fuller. Can't leave one over the plate to this guy. And the first pitch misses low and out. 1 ball, no strikes. Plenty of hitting room in left center field. Outfielders playing deep for Fuller. 1-0, and he gets a hold of one left field deep, and this baby's gone. 108 laces and out of here. And it's a 3-run home run for Grant Fuller, his 6th home run in what is now his 6th game of the season, and he'll touch them all as his teammates wait for him at home plate. And this thing was crushed, a no-doubter to left. So it's 9-7 with 1 swing of the bat. It was just 7-6. It was just 7-4. And the Wildcats got 2 runs thanks to Duncan Crowder just putting one in play. And then they get a big fly from Grant Fuller.
Your next batter. Number 1, your shortstop. Colin Landrum.
And Colin Landrum will bat with nobody on base here. And the first pitch is a fastball in the outside corner for strike one. What a piece of hitting for Grant Fuller. And you knew it was coming. 0-1. Fastball misses downstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. And I think the thing that was most impressive with that home run was how effortless it looked. 1-1. And hit by a pitch as Colin Landrum takes one in the back, and there's still 2 outs. Now a runner on first here as Luke Hartenberg will step up to the plate.
Coming to the
And the
plate.
pitching coach, Brian Byler, will come out for a mound visit. We'll take a quick break here. 9-7, Westminster, 2-run lead on the SRP Park Radio Network. Luke Hartenberg will bat after a quick visit from the pitching coach. Brian Byler talks to his right-hander, Brian Peel, and he'll deliver the first pitch, a called strike at the knees, 0-1. Colin Landrum on first base. Hartenberg in the box. 9-7, Westminster the lead here in this top of the 5th. The pitch, and this one hit down the first baseline. It's a fair ball, a line drive that'll roll all the way into the corner down in right field. Scoring coming all the way around from first base is going to be Landrum, and Hartenberg has himself a triple as he's standing up on third. And it snuck inside the bag down the first base line. And Augusta Christian not happy about it. And now they will say it's a foul ball. And I don't think I've ever seen that before. Originally ruled a fair ball down the right field line, and then after the play occurred, they will say it was a foul ball. And now Westminster's head coach, John Graham, is up in arms. And Landrum will go back to first. Hartenberg will have to swing the bat again. 2 outs in this 5th. The big swing of the bat in this game came from who else? Grant Fuller. A 3-run home run to left field that rocketed out of SRP Park and gave Westminster this 2-run advantage they have right now. Peel comes set. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. No, it's a foul tip. Five runs in this top half of the 5th inning for Westminster. All night, it's felt like they've been looking for that big hit, and they got it. The 0-2. Breaking ball, misses high. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. And this one will hit Hartenberg. And another hit batsman. That'll be the 3rd hit batsman this inning.
Your next batter.
And J.D. Kastner will bat for the 2nd time in this top of the 5th. And it looks like this will be the end of the night for Brian Peel, as Steve White, the head coach, will make a pitching change. Hold on a moment. White grabbed the baseball, but now having a long conversation here with Peel, and now he will make the move. He'll grab the baseball and got a decision to make as now he starts to think about it and stands on the mound and will signal towards the dugout. Well, sit tight, everybody. We might be here a while. 9-7, offense galore here at SRP Park in this high school baseball showcase between Westminster and Augusta Christian on the SRP Park Radio Network. 9-7 our score. Westminster with a 2-run lead in this top of the fifth and looking for more. Great to be with you here on the SRP Park Radio Network, high school baseball showcase from SRP Park in North Augusta, South Carolina. 2 outs, top of the fifth, but we've been in this fifth for a while. It's 9-7. Westminster a 2-run lead after they've scored 5 times in this fifth frame. And the first pitch with 2 outs is hit on the ground, third baseline. Peel can't handle it. And Heath can't handle it, and so now the bases will be loaded here for Westminster. First pitch that Charlie Freeman saw from the new right-hander and submariner Harrison Booker hit on the ground, and Heath just didn't handle it. And so the bases are loaded here, and Westminster can really break this thing open. Thomas Saul, the batter. And he is hit by the pitch. No, they said that he leaned into that one. He stuck his front leg out, and that's the right call. And coming down to argue this is John Graham, but he did put that front leg forward. And that's ball 1. So 1-0. As Freeman tried to lean into one, and I can't blame him. Ball was coming in. It's a way to manufacture a run, but you can't do it. So the 1-0. Fastball misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Bases loaded here for Westminster. Another fastball, and again outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. And it'll be 3 balls and no strikes. Righty kicks and deals. Fastball right over at the belt. 3-1. Booker. He'll wind up. 3-1 offering. Chopped at, fouled back. 3-2. Westminster, a 9-7 lead over Augusta Christian. The Lions had a 7-4 lead coming into this top of the fifth. And errors have certainly hurt them. The pitch, 3-2. Strike 3 called. And that'll put away this top of the fifth. So Westminster leaves the bases loaded, but they score 5 times, and they've got a 9-7 lead. Augusta Christian will come to the plate here in the bottom of the fifth on the SRP Park Radio Network.
Now playing for the Lions, number 6, Nolan Greenwood.
It's Nolan Greenwood to lead it off here for Augusta Christian, and they are now playing from behind. 9-7 is our score. Westminster scored 5 times in the top of the fifth, and now in this bottom of the fifth, it'll be the right-hander J.D. Kastner to deliver in the first offering to Greenwood. It misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. For Greenwood, bunted for a hit in the second, walked in the third. On the 1-0, swing and a miss. Fastball elevated, and he chased it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chilly night at SRP Park. The 1-1. This one skips away from the catcher, Noah Jordan. 2 balls and 1 strike. Says 45 degrees right now. Feels like 39, and you've got that wind blowing out towards right center field. The 2-1 pitch from Kastner. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Nolan Greenwood fooled by the changeup. This ballpark, home to the Augusta Green Jackets, South Atlantic League affiliate of the San Francisco Giants. 2-2, hit batsman. I've said that a few times tonight. Greenwood will take first. 4th hit batsman of this game, as Westminster pitching has struggled to put the ball in the strike zone. And I should say that's the 4th time a Augusta Christian batter has been hit. In the 5th inning alone, Westminster in the top of the 5th, they had 3 guys get hit by a pitch. And now it's back to the top of the order. Drew Romer will get an opportunity to hit. All 3 times he's gotten on base, as now the first pitch taking off for second is Greenwood. It's a called strike, and Greenwood's in there safely. Throw down was close, but not in time. Romer walked in the first, hit by a pitch in the second, walked in the third. Kastner will step off the back of the mound. Bottom of the 5th inning. Greenwood take his lead off second. The pitch, swing and a miss. Romer swung out of his shoes there. It'll be 0-2. Home run from Grant Fuller in the 5th inning, a 3-run bomb. That gave Westminster the lead. 0-2 pitch, and this one spiked out in front of home plate. Actually hit off the umpire and then landed in front of the catcher, Jordan. He almost picked it up and threw down to third, but he bobbled it, and sliding safely into third base is Nolan Greenwood. And now 90 feet away, Augusta Christian is for making this a 1-run game. One ball, 2 strikes. Kastner tucks the baseball behind his back, puts it in his glove. The 1-2 offering, slow curveball, and it's popped up. Infield, second baseman Heaton going over towards the bag. He's able to track it down. And that's the first out of this bottom of the 5th. It'll be Harrison Booker now to hit. See if Booker can knock in his teammate Nolan Greenwood on third base. Booker walked in the first, strikeout wild pitch, got him on in the second, and then he flew out to short in the third. He just came onto the mound in that top of the 5th to try and clean up the mess. So he was able to get out of the jam. First pitch here from Kastner is a fastball blown by him, 0-1. 9-7 Westminster, 2-run lead, bottom of the 5th. The 0-1, curveball, bends over the plate, 0-2. Booker's been patient most of this game. Now Greenwood inches off a third. The 0-2 in the dirt, blocked by Jordan. David Fulcher on deck. Fulcher would love to get up here. He had an RBI double in his last at-bat. Kastner set, 0-2. This one off the end of the bat, ground ball. Second baseman Heaton will come up on it. He'll score the run. Throw over to first, will retire Booker. But Augusta Christian able to get another run across and makes it a 9-8 game. So Westminster with just a one-run lead here in this bottom of the fifth. And there's 2 outs, and Fulcher will bat with the bases empty. Fulcher flew out in the first, struck out in the second, and then had that big RBI double in the third. Kastner exclusively from the stretch so far on the mound. First pitch in the dirt. That's 1 ball and no strikes. Slightly open stance here for the big right-hander. Now the pitch. This one hit hard on the ground. Backhand play into a half dive is Landrum. A long throw over to first, and it's picked by the first baseman Fuller, but beating it out is Fulcher. A great play by the shortstop Landrum, and his first baseman Fuller helped him out with the pick. But too much speed as Fulcher gets down the line. And now Jordan Heath will get a chance to bat with 2 outs in this bottom of the fifth. An infield hit for Fulcher. That might have been the play of the night defensively, and Westminster didn't even get an out on it, but it's a great job by Landrum to get over and grab that baseball. So Kastner a peek over at first base, and now first pitch and taking off, and this one belted into left center field, and it's trouble, and it'll one hop against the fence. Scoring from first is going to be Fulcher. Going to second is Heath, and this game's tied up at 9. Well, how big would that out have been if the shortstop Landrum was able to get Fulcher in that previous at-bat? Wasn't able to. Infield hit. Heath came up, knocked him in with a big double. And it brings up Brett Zerbel. So now Zerbel can get Augusta Christian back out in front, possibly with a base hit as the outfield shifting well over towards right field with the lefty at the plate, expecting him to pull. First pitch breaking ball misses in. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Zerbel swings, and now he gets a hold of one high into the air left field, but playable for Freeman out in left, and he'll grab it with one hand at shoulder level. Augusta Christian gets 2 runs, though they tie this game up at 9. We'll go to the top of the 6th, even between Westminster and Augusta Christian on the SRP Park Radio Network. Top of the 6th inning, Westminster and Augusta Christian even at 9 apiece. As these two teams have gone back and forth at the plate. The first pitch of this 6th, Harrison Booker gets a cold strike here. The right-hander Thomas Saul, and now he'll make the count 0-2, puts one by Saul. So it was 7-4 going to the top of the 5th. 5 runs for Westminster, including a 3-run home run from Grant Fuller. That made it 9-7 Westminster. They had gotten 2 runs already in that frame after the 3-run. Then the 3-run home run came. 1-2 pitch. Fastball, strike 3 call. Saul goes down looking. And brings up the 9-hitter Heaton. But it was 9-7 Westminster, and then Augusta Christian came back in the bottom of the 5th. They got a huge hit from Jordan Heath, a double into the gap. That scored the 2nd run. They got a run earlier in that frame. Now the first pitch to Jake Heaton, and he'll foul this one off his foot. And he's in some pain down the first base line. So we'll come take a look at him. We'll take a quick break here for the injury. Tied up at 9 in the top of the 6th here from SRP Park. Tied up at 9, top of the 6th inning here. Augusta Christian Westminster in a dogfight as now the first pitch after the what looked like injury to Jake Heaton. Doesn't waste any time, puts it right back up into center field. And so with 1 out, a man on first here for Westminster in this top of the 6th.
Number 23.
Brings up Noah Jordan. Jordan 3 walks in this game. Leadoff man for Westminster. Now throw over to first base. Booker checking up on Heaton. Duncan Crowder in the on-deck circle. Booker throws. Ground ball left side of the infield. Shortstop going over is Booker, and he tried with the backhand and not able to make the play. So it rolls underneath his glove. It was going to be a tough play even if he got it. Not sure he's able to get the out over at first. And so first and second here. As now Duncan Crowder will bat.
Number 10. Third baseman.
And Grant Fuller on deck. And Fuller had the 3-run home run back in the 5th inning. And so they would love to get him up with the bases loaded. We'll see what Crowder does here with 1 out in this 6th. He'll swing at the first pitch. Slow hit ground ball. Coming up on it is the second baseman, Byler. And he never fielded it cleanly. And the bases will be loaded now for Fuller. Last time Fuller was up, he hit a 3-run home run, no doubter to left. He's got 6 home runs in his first 6 games of the season. And now a possible pitching change here for Augusta Christian. Making the walkout is head coach Steve White to talk things over with Harrison Booker. Tied up at 9 in the top of the 6th. We are 2 hours and 44 minutes into this game. And Westminster can break it open. And I've said that a few times tonight, so I guess you shouldn't say break it open, because even a grand slam here, Augusta Christian, with the way they've been swinging the bat and have been patient on offense, they could easily tie things up. So Booker's going to stay in the game here, no pitching change. Steve White will let the right-hander work out of this with just only 1 out. And you wonder if they just won't throw to him and try and get him to chase here. You leave something over the plate, and he'll take it out of here. Fuller, 6'2", 215-pound junior, takes a healthy hack at the first offering, and he'll foul it back to the screen, 0-1. Flew out in the 2nd and the 4th, and then hit a home run in the 5th. Here's the 0-1. Fastball away, 1 ball, 1 strike. One. Again, tried to get him to chase. Fastball, too far outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. 4th pitch of the at-bat, submarine from Booker. Here it comes in the dirt. And now it's 3-1. And you wonder here if he'll even throw him anything close to the play. You can't put something anywhere remotely close because he's got so much power. And the 3-1. Swing and a miss, 3-2. And he challenged him. And now the count is full. Still only 1 out in this top of the 6th. And we're tied up at 9. High leg kick, 3-2. Fuller swings, fouls it. First baseline over the dugout of Westminster. Colin Landrum is on deck for the Wildcats. Landrum for 1 in this game. As now Fuller swings, rips this one left field line. It's trouble down into the corner. 1 run is in. Rounding third and scoring from second base here is going to be Crowder. Crowder to third. Jordan scores from second. And it's a 2 RBI double for Grant Fuller. And 11-9 Westminster breaks the tie. They've got a 2-run lead in this top of the 6th. And it'll bring up Landrum. Fuller got a fastball, got the hands out in front, and pulled it down that left field line. So 2nd and 3rd with 1 out in the 6th. First pitch to Landrum, jams him. Heading home is Crowder from 3rd, never fielding it cleanly is Peel, so everybody's safe. Staying at 2nd is Fuller. Run scores, it's now 12-9 Westminster. Slow hit ground ball to the third baseman, and he just couldn't corral it. And Luke Hartenberg now will bat. Jordan Heath thought he was going to have a play at 3rd, not able to make it. And so Hartenberg steps into the box, and he takes the first pitch he sees. It's a called strike, 0-1. Second offering, fastball down and out. 1 ball, 1 strike. Booker set at the belt. A look at second. Now he'll come home with it. Swing and a miss. Hartenberg chopped at it. Kind of locked him up inside. And now 1-2. Booker moving quickly on the hill. Throws. This one hit down the right field line, slicing away, and it'll go into the corner foul. It'll stay 1-2. 12-9 is our score, top of the 6th inning. Westminster a 3-run lead. It's 8 runs scored between the 5th and 6th innings for Westminster, and they're still batting here in this 6th. Now the pitch, and this is low and out, 2-2. 5 runs in the top of the 5th for Westminster, 3 in this 6th inning so far. Now Booker throws, misses inside, and it'll be 3-2, and a throw down to third, and just barely wandering over to third base was Fuller, and I think he thought that was ball 4. And so he's thrown out at third base, and that'll be the second out of this inning. Fuller just was jogging to third base, and Romer gunned it down there, and applying the tag was Jordan Heath. So that'll be out number 2 on a bizarre play in this 6th. Now just a runner on first for Westminster. Booker set, throws. This one swung on blooper, right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. And it lands on the chalk down the right field line for a fair ball. And now it's 1st and 3rd here for Westminster. And now some confusion on what the call is. And this happened earlier on a ball down the right field line. They will say it's a fair ball. Earlier, they reversed the call down the right field line. So runners on the corners now.
The next batter,
As it'll be the right-hander,
number 4,
J.D. Kastner. Kastner walked in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th. The first pitch, he'll swing and foul it back towards the press box. And it's 0-1. Runner on 3rd, runner on 1st here for Westminster. The 0-1. And this one gets by the catcher Romer and will roll to the backstop. It's now 13-9 Westminster. Scoring from 3rd is Landrum. If you're looking at this game as a game of runs, it's now 9-2 in the last inning and a half. And the 9 is for Westminster. It was 7-4, Augusta Christian going to the 5th. And now it's 13-9 Westminster, and we're still in this 6th. That's now getting under one, deep to left field. Bowen's going back, and he can't track it down. Falls to the ground. Trying for 2 here is going to be Kastner, and he's safe ahead for a slide. As scoring is scoring is Hartenberg. And it makes it 14-9. And Brandon Bowen just lost in the lights, and now it'll be Charlie Freeman.
Left fielder, Charlie Freeman.
Let me count these checks. Flex on my
Freeman swings at the first pitch he sees off the end of the bat, just squibbed down the first base line. Coming off the mound is Booker. He reacted late but got to it and threw a dart to first to get the 3rd out of the top of the 6th. Westminster, they score 5 in the 5th and another 5 in the 6th. 14-9. They've got a 5-run lead going to the home half of the 6th inning on the SRP Park Radio Network. Going to the bottom of the sixth, 14-9, Westminster with a 5-run lead over Augusta Christian. Jake Heaton on in relief now for Westminster, as Brandon Bowen will lead it off for Augusta Christian. And first pitch is a called strike on the inner half, 0-1. Heaton winds up and throws. This one hit hard on the ground, over to the third baseman. Crowder has it, throws to first, bounces it over to Fuller, and he's able to get it out of the dirt for out number 1. And that was a tough hop for Fuller at first base because it wasn't a clean pick. Kind of had to take it on a hop almost at the belt. And it brings up Brandon Byler. Heaton, first pitch to Byler. He'll swing. High hopper right back to the pitcher. Heaton takes it, throws to first, and there's 2 away. Only had 1 3-up, 3-down inning in this game. It was actually Augusta Christian who was on defense at the time, and now Westminster trying to get one for themselves. And now Jared Szabo bats. Szabo had a double back in the second. First pitch here from Heaton. On this low and out. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 outs, bottom of the sixth, 14-9. Westminster has the advantage. The 1-0. Szabo will swing. Slow roller down the third baseline foul. 1-1. Wind blowing out towards right center field. The windup and the 1-1 pitch. Szabo takes outside corner, 1-2. Szabo, the 8-hitter in this game. Georgia Southern commit. 1-2. Swing and a miss. And how about the bottom of the sixth for Jake Heaton? Comes on the mound, 3 up and 3 down. We'll go to the top of the seventh, 14-9. Augusta Christian trailing by 5 to Westminster here at SRP Park. Top of the seventh inning. Augusta Christian right now trailing 14-9 to Westminster. And it's Thomas Saul to lead it off, the 8-hitter in this Westminster lineup, and he'll take 1 ball, no strikes. Urson Booker still on the mound here for the Lions. A 1-0, swing and a miss, pulled the string, fastball. Excuse me, it would look like a changeup. So 1-1 here. It'll be Thomas Saul, Jake Heaton, Noah Jordan. 8-9-1 batters. Swing and a miss. Booker, again, he went low and outside with it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2. This one hit on the ground. Shortstop having a play on it. Here is going to be Booker. Throws the first in time, just barely. It was actually Peel, excuse me. So Brian Peel, nice play to get the first out in this top of the 7th. It brings up Jake Heaton, who just had a heck of a 6th inning on the mound. 3 up, 3 down. The first pitch, Heaton swings and misses. So Peel at shortstop, and it's Jordan Heath at third. And those 3 guys, you include Harrison Booker on the mound, they've kind of rearranged since the start of this game. All 3 of them have pitched. Now the 0-1, a swing and a miss, 0-2. Outfield playing shallow here for Heaton. He'll swing. A line drive out towards right center field. Diving is Greenwood, and he can't come up with it. Rolls behind him, but backing him up. Nice job is Zerbel. We'll get it in quickly. And it'll be a single for Jake Heaton. And now the throw comes in. It gets by the pitcher, Booker. Catcher Romer, though, there to back it up. And it'll be Noah Jordan to bat in this 7th. So Augusta Christian will get a chance in the home half of the 7th. They want to keep it at 5 runs. That's the lead right now for Westminster. 10 of the 14 runs were scored in the 5th and 6th innings. Now a throw over to first base. Quickly back will be Heaton. It's a pinch runner right now for Westminster as Paul Kastner comes in to run for the Wildcats. Another throw over to first. Kastner gets back. Right-hander slide steps, the pitch, ground ball over to the third baseman, could be due. They get one at second, throwing over to first is the second baseman. Byler not in time. They get the lead runner. It'll be a fielder's choice for the second out here in the 7th. And now Duncan Crowder will bat.
Coming to the plate, number 10, third baseman, Duncan Crowder.
And Crowder, the lefty, who had an infield hit back in the 5th. He got on an error in the 6th. Booker set, throws. Low and out. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 away, top of the 7th. 14-9, Westminster the lead. I'll throw over to first. Kastner gets back. It's Paul Kastner, the freshman who just came into pinch run. The 0-1. This one misses outside. Trying to steal here is Kastner. Throw down to second, and it's not caught cleanly by Byler. Rolls into center field. Greenwood, though, backing it up. Stolen bag for the freshman, and now a runner in scoring position here for Westminster. You go through this roster for Westminster, plenty of freshmen scattered throughout. So you've got 3 of them. Pretty impressive for a varsity roster. They've got a nice young group. 1-1. It's going to be fouled off. Excuse me, it'll be 2-1. Booker, high leg kick throws. This one floats outside. And now the count will drift to 3-1. Plate umpire holding up the 3-1 sign to the Augusta Christian dugout on the third base line. And he's had it up here for a while now. Not sure if nobody's paying attention or what's going on. It's righty on lefty here. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside. And so Crowder will draw a walk. And we will see Grant Fuller bat in this 7th. And they will intentionally walk him.
Number 11.
And Colin Landrum now will get to bat with the bases loaded. Probably a smart move. Fuller, a home run and a double in his last 2 at-bats.
The next batter, shortstop, very number 1, Colin Landrum.
And now Kastner looks like he'll get a pinch runner, as Noah Jordan, the senior, will come out and run.
Number 3, James Miller. Millar.
So first pitch now to Landrum, and he'll ground it over to the shortstop. High throw from the shortstop as Peel able to get some help from his first baseman. Fulcher jumps up into the air, able to grab that third out on the throw over. So it'll end this top of the 7th. Westminster threatens, not able to get a run across. They've got a 5-run lead. Last chance for Augusta Christian coming up, 14-9. Wildcats lead it here at SRP Park. Back at SRP Park, bottom of the 7th inning. 14-9 Westminster trying to close this one out. Jake Heaton on the mound. He had a 3-up, 3-down inning in the 6th, and he'll look to do it here in this 7th. See if Augusta Christian can scratch out a few runs, try and make this thing interesting as Nolan Greenwood will bat. The 9-hitter will take a called strike on the outer edge. 0-1. 9-1-2 batters here for the Lions. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. The good news for Augusta Christian, they've got the top of the order here waiting to come up. Drew Romer has been very good tonight. He's 0-for-1, but he's reached base 3 times. The 0-2 to the right-hander. He'll foul it off himself. Here's how the scoring has been dispersed in this game for Westminster. 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 5 in the 5th, and then 5 more in the 6th. The 0-2. This one driven high into the air. Center fielder coming in is Saul. Call off his left fielder. Although didn't really need to. It was right at him. And that'll be the first out here in this bottom of the 7th. So Jake Heaton has come into the game He's faced 4 batters and retired all 4. And Romer, the catcher, now will bat. Heaton, first pitch, tosses it in, fastball. This is below the knees, 1-0. So Augusta Christian, they've got Burke Academy coming up next. That'll be on Thursday. Pitch is fouled off. It's now 1-1. Heaton will rock and throw the 1-1. This one grounded third baseline. A foul ball. Duncan Crowder went into foul territory, grabs it, throws it back to his pitcher. And now Romer awaits. 1-1. This one misses up top. Count will be 2-2 here. Righty kicks and delivers. This one outside, 3 balls and 2 strikes. The count runs full. One away, bottom of the 7th. Payoff pitch. Too far inside. And Romer draws his 3rd walk of the night. And now it's Harrison Booker to hit. Booker's been on the mound the last couple innings.
Stepping to the plate for your Lions, number 1, Harrison Booker.
David Fulcher's on deck, and Fulcher's got some power, so Booker can get on here. Fulcher able to drive a few in. Get the nerves elevated for Westminster a little bit as pitch number 1 to Booker will miss upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. From the stretch, the pitch. High and in. 2-0. So Heaton grabs the baseball. Right-hander now a little nervous about what's going on over at first base with Drew Romer. A 2-0, and it'll turn into 3-0 into the dirt. No reason to worry about the runner on first with a 5-run lead here. The 3-0. That's a fastball at the knees. 3-1. Middle infield shaded towards second base here, looking for a double play ball. 3-1 in the dirt, ball 4. And it's now first and second. And David Fulcher will approach the box.
Put up for your Lions, number 34.
So in the hole right now is going to be Brett Zerbel. And Zerbel would be the tying run if he could get to the plate. So got to get a few more base runners before that could happen. And now a mound visit here as assistant coach Peter Aylwine will come out to the mound and talk with his right-hander. SRP Park High School Showcase. Westminster, Augusta Christian. This is the first game played in this ballpark in 2019. Green Jackets will not start playing here until April 15th. Now first offering to Fulcher. He'll take a big cut and foul it back. 0-1. It's Drew Romer on second, Harrison Booker on first for the Augusta Christian Lions. They just need base runners right now. Fulcher, the 3-hitter. Jordan Heath, who was the starting pitcher in this game, he went 4 1/3. and looked very good, then just kind of petered out towards the end. Heaton, set, throws. Fulcher got a piece of it into the glove of the catcher, Jordan. Foul tip, and it'll be 0-2. So Jake Heaton, whatever assistant coach Peter Aylwine said to him, it's worked. He's come back, and he's challenged Fulcher twice. Let's see what he does with pitch number 3 of the at-bat. The 0-2, smothered by the catcher, Jordan. Fulcher, last 2 at-bats, double in the 3rd, infield hit in the 5th. 1-2, this one hit hard on the ground, left side, not able to get to it, is crowded to the third baseman. They're going to send Romer from second. It comes in, he's safe at the plate, going to third from first base is Booker, and there's runners on the corners. It's now 14-10, RBI single for David Fulcher. And Jordan Heath will bat, and the tying run is in the on-deck circle. And Brett Zerbel, who's on deck, a guy that head coach Steve White said before the game, most promising athlete that they've got. Yesterday on the mound, he went 5 innings and struck out 13 players of the 16 that he faced. And with 1 out, first pitch now to the 4-hitter Heath. And it's a called strike, 0-1. First and third for Augusta Christian. They're down 4 runs. Last chance here in this bottom of the 7th is now getting under one. High fly ball. Shortstop Landrum will take it with 2 hands. As right in his position at short. He'll grab it, and there's 2 outs. And so now Zerbel will bat. Tying run will remain in the on-deck circle. And Zerbel, who is 2 for 4 in this game, he had a 2 RBI single back in the 1st. Quick peek at first. Righty throws. Fastball outer edge for strike 1. Harrison Booker on third. David Fulcher on first. The 0-1. Fastball up and in. 1 ball, 1 strike. We'll look at first. He'll come set at the letters, the 1-1. Zerbel will watch. And a good take. Missed low and out. 2-1. Zerbel, the lefty, facing the right-hander Heaton. The pitch, and Zerbel hits this one into the air right field. This should do it. Hartenberg coming in, and he makes the catch as he goes into a half slide to his knees. So Westminster will come out on top. 14-10 is our final here. Augusta Christian led at 1.7-4 in this game, but Westminster goes on a 10-2 run as they score 5 in the 5th and 5 in the 6th, and they win this baseball game. So that'll do it here from SRP Park. Appreciate you listening in here as we tried this out on YouTube tonight. And we will have more high school baseball coming to you from SRP Park in the near future. Saying so long tonight here from North Augusta, South Carolina. I'm Rylan Cobrey. Have a great night.